talk Phat and Spicy.
What the fuck are you doing in a car, dude?
Driving to your mom's house.
I thought we were in Studio 2 today.
No, dude. I'm headed back home, dude.
From
I'm
where?
over here, South Carolina, bro. So I came out here to check out a bike with my younger brother, and he finally got it, so we're heading back home.
Okay.
Yeah, man. It's about a 2-hour drive, dude. Trust me, I'm tired. I don't like. I've never been a big fan of driving. I'll be honest.
You don't like the drive?
And I'm gonna say this, dude. As much as I don't want to, I'm gonna say I blame my parents.
Why? You had bad road trips?
Well, I get tired. I get bored easily. I get tired. But I will say this: it's like time that we had to go on a long trip. Anywhere that we went, it didn't matter where we were going. Florida, Texas, wherever we were going. Atlanta. It doesn't matter. We would always leave really early in the morning, and we would always be like, "Are we there yet?" Whenever you get there, and my parents would always say the same. My parents would always say the same thing: "Go to bed. When you wake up, we'll be there." So we would always go to bed. Like that was the thing. Every time we were on a road trip, go to bed. When you wake up, we'll be there. So now that I'm driving my own, I want to go to bed. But I know
when
that
you wake up, you'll be there.
I mean, I'll be somewhere. I don't think it'll be where I want to be.
So you're not a big fan. But if you were a passenger princess, would that be better?
Oh yeah, definitely. Give me the snacks, bro. Let me take care of the radio. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm awake. I can navigate. I'll tell you what turn you to take. You tell me what kind of food you're feeling. I'll tell you where it's at. But yeah, it's like I don't know. Does that happen to you, dude? When you're driving and you're tired, you're like, oh man, I can't stay awake. You get in the passenger seat, all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm awake. I'm good.
No, because I don't trust my wife to fucking drive, dude.
I understand, dude. I understand.
We drove the family down to Disneyland over the summer, and I did every bit of that 16-hour drive because I'm like, no, I don't care. I will stop at every rest stop and get every free cup of coffee, every Buc-ee's, and get a free 12 fucking whatevers, down them out my ass, and drive on. Because the minute she gets behind the wheel, Jesus Christ, dude. I love my wife, but the thing holds true. They don't. Dude, she's distracted by everything. She wants a cigarette. She wants to roll down the window. Oh, look at that over there. Maybe we should stop over at this place. Fuck off. I don't know. I don't do that.
You're straight shot, man. There and back.
Yep.
I get it.
I drove to Portland about a month ago, and it's a 6-hour drive. I did it in 5.5, and I had to pee for the last 2.5 hours. You know what I thought? As soon as I get there, I'll pee. Don't worry about it. Keep trucking.
Spicy arrives on the scene, bladder infection. I'm good.
Well, maybe, but so when you do the long drives and you get out of the car, right? And you go to the rest stop and you take a piss, do you ever get that where it's like as soon as you get back in the car, you're like, it just doesn't feel like the same groove. I've got to get back in the groove. I've disrupted the flow.
All the cars I worked hard. All the cars I work hard to pass me back.
Yes! Dude, if I see that fucking Costco truck pass me one more time, I'm going to lose my shit.
And I swear motherfuckers do it. They'll, I don't know, it's like they work against you, man. It's like you'll pass them, and then they'll speed up out of nowhere. They've been driving slow the whole time. Get back in front of you, slow the fuck back down. I'm like...
So you went out there for, what are you getting? You go out there for a joy trip, or?
No, dude, we a motorcycle, a Kawasaki, dude.
You buying a rice rocket?
Yes, sir.
You got one arm. How do you control the fucking speed out of that?
I'm gonna hook up a PlayStation controller on it. Like Men in Black. Like Men in Black.
I would love to see that, dude.
Pull that shit out.
All right, so
I'm working around some stuff. There's some modifications that I need to make before I'm able to ride it, but I'll get it.
What kind of modifications do you have to make to ride a?
So with mostly all motorcycles, the clutch is on the left side. So I'm going to modify where the clutch and the handbrake, the front brake, on the right side.
Okay.
Now I could go the other way, the more expensive way, and get like an automatic clutch kit and stuff, but I have to make sure that they make one for this specific bike. But it's a newer bike. It's a 2025, so I don't think they make one yet.
So is it in the back of your truck right now, or what? What's going on?
No, my brother's driving it in front of me.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he's driving it back. So big props to him, because it's like 40 degrees, 30 degrees, bro, and he's driving this motherfucker back.
Oh, so it's like negative 10 to
cold.
him right now.
It's cold. It's cold out here.
Why don't you pull over and let him in the truck? Let him warm up for a bit and then get back on the road. Like, hey, man.
All right. He's got big balls of steel.
Yeah, frozen steel.
Yeah, he's got his leather jacket on. He's got a hoodie over it. He's got a long sleeve shirts on. And he's got 2 pairs of gloves on with hand warmers in the gloves. The only thing he didn't bring extra was pants. So he's got 1 pair of pants.
Yeah, but you know what? He's still about as warm as you are, isn't he?
Oh, the upper body is, but his gonads are freezing.
they shrunk back up in his ass.
Yeah. He's probably going to have a higher pitched voice when we get there. How was the ride? It was great.
I think this is the first time you and I have done a show from you on the road, isn't it?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Usually I don't like to see people. I don't like people to see where I'm going. I'm mysterious.
Yeah, you're mysterious. Locked away in PNS Studios too.
Yeah, I like people to think that I just stay at home all the time and stay at home dad.
No, that's me.
That is you. You're living the life everybody else wants to live, bro.
No, they don't, dude. I am taxi. I am laundry. I'm a housewife, bro. Oh. And that's so.
So let me ask you this: now that the roles are a little bit reversed, do you have more sympathy towards housewives who want a little more excitement in their lives?
Yes. I'm the one that has the headache.
Hey.
Not tonight, honey. I've got a headache.
Oh, my God.
It used to be, get off me. It's not your birthday. Now I'm the one that's like, hey, you know what? I've been working hard all day. Maybe tomorrow.
All right. So this is a unique perspective, though. This is what's interesting about it. So you have the unique perspective of giving insight to others other than that wives are at home all the time with the kids. What did you say to them, man? What did you say to them now? Like, do more of what to make them feel just a little more appreciative, or appreciated? What would you say?
Quite honestly, I'll tell you the truth, and I'm taking my sunglasses off for this because I really feel strong about this. Dude, if you have a stay-at-home wife who's busting her ass all day, and you come home and there's one thing fucked up, but everything else is in place, get off her ass. It's a struggle, dude. I have 3 kids, twins, and a daughter, who's just about ready to be 15. The house is a mess all the time. I can only do so much. I work here, I work there. Today, dude, I mopped, I swept, I did laundry, I cleaned both of the bathrooms, I scrubbed both toilets, I took the fucking dog for a walk. But dinner's going to be a little late because I got to do Phat and Spicy tonight. And tell me I'm not going to hear about it. You know what I mean? But guess what, honey? You got fresh clothes for tomorrow. Your panties are clean. They're dry. They're in the drawer. You got socks. Because I did that today. But no, I didn't get to fucking eat tonight. That's the bitching that I as a stay-at-home father, I get tired of. But now I get why these stay-at-home mothers are like, the husband doesn't understand me. Because they kind of don't. I wish you fucking knew what we went through on a day-to-day basis. Just the other day, dude, I'm on my hands and knees in the shower, scrubbing the shower, the shower and the toilet bowls, and getting underneath the shit.
Did you have the little head handkerchief on the head backwards?
The hairnet? Fuck yeah, dude! I don't want to get dust in my hair. I'm beautiful.
Oh man, I know. Trust me, dude. I appreciate that insight because as a man, we have a tendency not to believe what women say because we believe that all women are like the first 2 women that ruined our lives, and they're all the same. And I think it's good to hear from another man that's actually going through it right now and saying, hey, no, like it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, but let me give you the truth of the other side of that. And you know what? Before we do that, just because I'm going to start telling some hard truths, I'm going to take a little shot of the Cuervo. It has to happen.
Well, I'm not drinking and driving, but I'm not drinking and driving.
You better not be drinking and driving, my homie. Let me take a shot of the tequila, though. Hold on. All right, you know what the fact of the matter is?
Stop.
My wife makes $110,000 a year.
Sir.
She's a psychologist in a prison. It's barely enough to get this family by in California with the taxes and the price of gas and everything else. So if it means that I have to have dinner ready for her at the end of every night and make sure the floors are swept and the new bed sheets are put on so that she can go tomorrow back to that prison she works at as a fucking sociologist and do her job so that we can have this lifestyle, dude, I need to stop bitching. Like, honestly, dude, what is my problem that I'm like, oh, my life is so hard? Dude, she has to wear a stab vest to go see her clients so she doesn't get shanked in the heart. Capiche? And I'm the one bitching? What the fuck is wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, I lost Fatsy. Let's get him back. Where'd he go? Nah, he's going through a dead spot. This is the problem you get when you're doing a show with someone in a car. That's all right. You should clip this. This is fucking funny. Where'd he go? Let me invite him back because this is too good. What, did he go through a tunnel? There you are.
All right,
You back?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you miss that whole thing I said?
I went to a little dead zone there.
I know you're still kind of going through a half dead zone. You're like a zombie zone.
Oh, am I?
No, you're clear now.
Okay.
I know you're going through farmland and shit.
Hey, it's the good old South, brother. Goddamn.
So did you catch that tirade I went on about like how I'm willing to do that for my wife's salary and how hard she works for us? I mean, she wears a stab vest to work, and I'm happy to do this so that she can provide. You know.
So, do you think that if her job wasn't as demanding, you would feel a different way, or would you still feel the same way?
Well, if her job wasn't as demanding, she wouldn't be making the salary she is that affords me to retire at 48. You know.
Oh, yeah, I get it. What if
I mean,
she was
that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Well, let's just say she's a stripper for all. You know? She just goes and dances, gets money. And I mean, she's making great money, obviously enough for you to be a stay-at-home dad. Would you still feel the same about her working hard and being, like, oh, I'm willing to do this because she got this working hard?
I don't care the job, bro.
I don't care.
I don't care the job you have. No job is above any if you're providing for your family. I mean, so let's talk about it, dude. That's why we do what we do. And that's one of the reasons I retired was so I could kind of focus on what we're doing here, right? With PNS Studios and Phat and Spicy and all the shit that we're trying to perform. I've taken off so I can focus on this, and she works just as hard to provide for the rest of the family doing all the shit that she does. So let's imagine in our wildest dreams that Phat and Spicy takes off. Am I better for sitting behind my desk and making more money doing a podcast with you than she is wearing a stab vest and counseling people in a prison?
No.
Is it any better, or is it money is money? Or is it talent versus talent? Because my talent comes from talking with you and, coming up with a witty make-em-ups. Her talent is from her beautiful education and counseling these people to be better people. So is one job better than the other?
I think you're right the first time. I think it's a unit. You're one unit. You know what I'm saying? Like there is no your side, my side, red, blue. It's just one. You're one group moving in one unison in one movement. I think once you start going back and forth with your partner about who's this and who's better at this and who's worse at that and who's not doing this and contributing this. I think once you start hitting there, I think you need to reevaluate the relationship.
Now you're speaking the truth. That's one thing that we've never had a conflict with my wife and I is like, oh, you went to work today and counseled nobody because nobody wanted to come out of their cells. So you didn't have to work today. You still made money. Or me. Oh, you didn't wash any dishes today because, well, guess what? I washed them all yesterday. There's nothing to wash. You know what I mean? So who's accountable to who for what work we do, as long as at the end of the night the family unit is responsible for each other, and we come together to realize that her job at work and my job at home all equal what? A peaceful house, right? And she still won't let me get anal.
No, I think that's good. I think that's a good way to put it, man. You know, as long as at the end of the day the family is good and everybody's doing good, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what matters. I think that's what people don't focus on enough. They're so caught up and focusing on all the negative, all the bad. Every time something bad happens or something didn't get done, and I'm guilty of doing this myself. You know, like I'll give a list, and then two things didn't get done on the list, and I'm upset. You know.
But what about the other 6 things that were on the list that got done?
Exactly. That's one of those things that I have to learn to take a step back and be like, hey, okay.
And you both work too. You both have jobs.
Yeah.
So I mean, does at some point you feel like, did you ever feel responsible to take on the other 6 things on the list?
That's one of those things that I'm working on. That's that new year,
that's
new
the hard
me.
part, right?
That's that new year, new me kind of thing. It's being able to just be like, hey, Jacob, sweet man. You know what I'm saying? Why are you waiting? And why you gotta wait until somebody gets home? Sweet.
Yeah.
Like I had to sit there and push myself to do these things because, from my perspective of what I was used to is, having somebody that was at home all the time and all this stuff gets done to now that person working, and now, we have to share those responsibilities.
But she's also bringing in money.
Yeah, exactly.
So at what point does the money offset the housework?
Exactly. So that's one of those things
but
that I have
what are you doing to offset that housework as well on your end? You know what I mean? Do you do laundry?
I just
do
wear
you
the
sweep
same
the
clothes
floors?
every day.
That was good.
All week I've been wearing the same drawers. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at me. It's not my laundry.
So we're doing this. We're doing this New Year's thing. Do you have a resolution or anything that because like I said on Answer in the Morning, right? Resolutions seem to be like the one time a year that we really focus on ourselves and do like a introspectiveness, because a lot of us are not self-aware the rest of the year.
The New Year, new lies that you tell yourself?
New Year, new lives. So what are you up to? Like, do you have turn your dome light on, man? I can't see your face.
I'll tell you this, man, and I'll be real with you about how I feel about New Year resolutions. I used to fall for the little gimmicky stuff, New Year resolution, blah 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 blah. New Year, new me. I stopped though. I don't. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to do it, that's fine. But what it was basically was you're not holding yourself to any kind of standard. You're telling yourself as a gimmick. You know what I'm saying? Why wait to the beginning of the year to lose weight? Why wait to the beginning of the year to focus on your sport? Like why wait to the beginning of the year to stop being a hoe? Just do it. Just stop. You know what I'm saying? Stop right then and there. When you sit there and you commit to something, that's when it begins. You don't have to wait for the new year. I don't understand that anymore. The whole thing with me going back to school and everything, and like I didn't wait for the new year and be like, next year I'm gonna start. No, I was like, you know what the fuck am I doing? I was like, if I give myself to school now, I'll be farther along 2 years down the road than me waiting a year or 2 years to be like, you know what, this is the year I'm gonna start.
How you doing with the school, man?
Surprisingly, I made honor roll last semester, so this semester.
Shut the fuck up! You did not. Somebody clip this because
I did.
Fatsy made honor roll.
Yeah, dude. I cheated a lot.
I'm letting your professors know that right now.
Yeah, I know, dude. No, but I am going for human resources, HR.
What do you want to do with it?
So basically, the people
like, where do you want to kind of go with that? Like, what are you going to use your degree for?
To hopefully, get into one of these big corporations, and being like their HR lead, and
But you kind of work for a big
my thing
corporation, right?
is, I do, and if I go there, they still pay really good, but and if that's where my career decides to take me, then that's where I'll go, But at the same time, I'm one of those people that I'll put my applications out, and I'm gonna go where the money's at, I'm gonna go where the money's at first, and work my way from there,
Where are you in the pecking order of like Amazon?
I'm at the bottom. I'm at the very bottom. But like I said,
you're a safety coordinator, right?
No, not anymore.
Isn't that higher than the average picker?
That was seasonal. That was a seasonal position. It was just more or less getting in there and seeing, seeing how it is. That's something that I wanted to do. But then when I started my college and everything, when I started going back to school, I decided not to pursue any different career in as far as like inside of there, like to get a higher position.
Why not?
Reason being was basically I didn't want to add more to my plate than I could already handle. With doing the show, producing the other shows, being at home with the kids, taking the kids back and forth to school, taking
You're basically
driving.
me, dude.
Yeah, I'm a chauffeur. On the weekdays I'm a chauffeur, and then I still got to finish my schoolwork every Thursday. So I didn't want to pile on more with a job that was more demanding and more stressful. On top of everything that I have to do with right now.
Do the extra responsibilities come with a bigger salary though?
Oh yeah, and on top of that, like the salary isn't that much bigger than what I get paid now with the particular shift that I work.
Really?
So I get what we call a differential for working night shift. That differential pretty much is I make enough to where I make as much as if I was an assistant manager, per se.
Okay.
So there's no I would make a quarter more if I went to that position, which is what we call a L3.
Wait, whoa! A quarter more of the salary, or 25 cents more?
25 cents.
25 cents more for how much? A ton of responsibility?
But again, like I said, I'm in a unique position because of the particular shift that I applied and got hired for. Not everybody's in my position. You see what I'm saying? So for somebody else that came in that wasn't able to get onto my shift, it would be appealing. It would be more appealing to them. They're looking at $1, $2 more raise.
So what sets you behind the pack than them?
So, like I said, when I initially got hired on, I applied for a weekend role, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the occasional mandatory day, which would be on Thursdays.
Right.
So, I worked 3 12-hour shifts. So from 6 p.m. to 6:30 in the morning, and then I worked night shift. I worked 12 hours and it's night shift. So my differential, where others people they only get paid $1 more, I get $2 and a couple cents more. But on top of that, my starting salary was more.
Does it balance out in the end?
Yeah, where I only work 3 days.
Yeah.
If I wanted to make more money, they're always dropping extra shifts, and I could pick up an extra shift and continue to make my pay. So I work 36 hours, so that means my 4th day, I would be in overtime. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Whereas a normal person at Amazon works 4 days. They work 4 10-hour shifts.
Yeah.
That's not hitting overtime. If they wanted to hit overtime, they would have to work 5 days. You see what I'm saying? So I'm in a unique position where if I wanted overtime, all I got to do is work 1 extra day.
Okay. Is it time and a half?
Yeah, it'd be time and a half.
I don't ever want to work again.
You don't ever want to work again?
So that was something I talked to you about earlier, right? Like how I'm retired, but I feel like I'm like wasting my life every day. I'm not out there working for somebody, producing a product, doing the best I can do. You know, am I a schmuck for that?
Oh, I mean, like I said, dude, you have to understand. Everybody's going to go and find what they're. As long as you're working towards something, you see what I'm saying? As long as you're
I
working
mean, I
towards something,
do.
I think whatever you're doing is fine. But you can't. The way I say it is, you can't stay idle. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit there and find yourself in a position where it's like, I'm I'm just going to sit here for a little bit. You have to continue with momentum. So as long as you're pushing yourself and you're going forward in life, whatever direction you're going in, doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the right direction, the wrong direction. You won't know until you get there. But as long as you're consistently moving towards something, I don't think there is a wrong thing you can do.
All right. So let me ask you this, because I love your opinion, right? You're my boy. I'm home. I'm bored. I've been more than enough indulging. You know what I mean? Got the booze, got the beers, got a wife who makes enough money to keep me drunk, I guess. I don't know. Where do I go when it comes to taking care of my house and the business and everything else that we're doing? Because sometimes I feel like I'm falling behind. My kids are prospering. My house is clean. But I always feel this depression because I'm not working. I don't have somebody who relies on me. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think that's what, and I think, like I said, that, and which is what I was saying in the beginning. I think you're in a unique perspective to basically look at it from a different angle. Whereas, you know, a man in a home position that would normally be a woman's position, you know, and taking care of all the house chores and everything.
I'm still a better cook. No matter where you go in this universe, men are better cooks than women, I'll tell you that. But I still feel like I'm just relying on the alcohol. I mean, it's like my New Year's resolution was to cut back. And as you hear, I'm absolutely hammered right now. Why am I hammered when I've got the world by its balls? I've got a couple of dollars. I've got things going on. I've got a great fucking me and Fatsy have started PNS Studios and we're killing it. Not great, but we're doing okay. Right? My three kids are smart. Why do I have to rely on the bottle? And that's my New Year's resolution, was to stop drinking so much. And here it is, what, the fucking 15th? I've got a bottle of Cuervo in my hand. Why am I that guy? And I know you're going through a tunnel or wherever you're going through.
So
But
what I'll say is, here we go. It's static.
there you go.
What I'll say is this: alcohol and stuff like that, dude. Unless you're doing it into a point where it's damaging, if you're doing it to a point to where you're basically escaping.
But I mean, I use it for an escape. I use it to look. I got the past trauma. Who doesn't? Everybody's got past trauma. And the one drug that I found that helps me, not Adderall, not fucking Wellbutrin, seems to be just like a bottle of Jack or a bottle of Cuervo. I can drink it. I can chill. I can relax. I'm still present for my kids. I'm here. I take them to where they need to go. I know if I have to go pick up my kids from a fucking thing, I don't drink. If we got to go to a play, I'm not drinking beers. I'm not having shots. So is this a problem? Or is it just a way for me to get through being you've heard of the thing, right? Mommy's Little Helper. Back in the 60s, where mommy would pop a couple of fucking diet pills that had meth in them, and she'd be on her way. Mommy's Little Helpers. Is the booze any different from Daddy's Little Helper? If my kid came up to me right now with a painting or a drawing, I'd stop the show and be like, that's amazing. I love what you're doing. Keep doing it.
I think what people fail to realize and fail to remember is that anything and everything can be your drug. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's not classified as a drug does not mean that you're not abusing it in a way, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's video games and you spending more time on video games than you do with your family, or whether it's your coffee that you have to do. And this is what I stress, you have to have it, because if not, your day's not complete. You feel like your day's gone to shit. That is an addiction.
You're right.
That is an addiction.
Yeah.
And I saw this post. It was the other day. It was like, you want to sit there and you want to counsel, you want to criticize somebody at church for their addiction to smoking, for their addiction to cigarettes. What about your addiction to Coca-Cola? You can't go every day without drinking that Coke, that Diet Coke. It's an addiction, and you have to be aware that this is what it is. This is your escape.
So let me ask you that then. Because somebody once said, if you really want to quit drinking, join a 12-step program. But these 12-step programs all want me to believe in a higher power, which is God. And you know me, I'm an atheist. So where do I reconcile that, dude?
I'll tell you, look, a lot of people find, and again, I believe in God wholeheartly. I know you do. I'll be the first one to say I'm a Christian, but at the same time, you don't have to lean on God for everything. Now, granted this, He's done some amazing things for me, but everything in life, I have not had to lean on God for everything. Now, whether you walk with faith and just that being fine, but there are things in this world that you have, that's why God gave you free will, whether you believe it or not, to make the choices to deal with things in your own way.
We need to clip this. This is a good chat.
You have that free will. That's basically God giving you the authority to be responsible of yourself. If you believe in God, that's your authority. That is your way of being responsible for who you are.
But I don't believe in God. I'm still responsible for who I am. I still take care of my kids. We have food on the table at night. The laundry's done. The floors are clean. I don't know. I guess my big problem is why, if it's so easy to do all this, why are substances involved in making it easier when they shouldn't? And I know you're going through a tunnel. I'm sure you can barely hear me. But it's how I feel, man. It's super fucking hard, dude. And I didn't want to, my wife's got the car today. So she drove to work. And I don't have a fucking car. But what do? I walk down to the store to get a bottle. Why? My addiction that fucking perplexing that I have to walk to the liquor store to get a fucking bottle when I don't have a car? Why can't I just chill?
I mean, like I said, once you get to the point like that, you might have to think about it. Like
I think about it every minute.
You might be on a problem there.
No shit.
What does it stem from? You know what I'm saying? Why does the alcohol feel so good? Why does it taste so good? Why does it?
It doesn't. None of it does, dude. That's the fucking problem. None of it does. Not one bit of it is any kind of cool. But they're like, okay, so don't put the bottle to your lips. Fucking fine, but when I'm halfway down a 3-mile walk to go get another bottle, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. I didn't start this. I don't know why I'm here. I could be at home having a cup of coffee, cleaning my house.
But if we go back to your past, you grew up with this. You know what I'm saying? Like you saw
I
your
did.
fathers. You know what I'm saying? They were drinking all the time, right?
Yes.
You know, like it was something that was growing up was normal. It was common.
But I understood at an early age, dude, that it was, and you should clip this because this is kind of important. I understood at an early age that the drinking for them, my parents, was because, oh my God, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm kind of lost. Here it is. But I'm not lost. I've got a beautiful family. I've got great kids. I've got a wife with a good job. I'm able to work on PNS studios all the time. So why is it in my DNA to want to walk down to the store to grab a bottle when I'm perfectly happy just waking up and having a coffee?
Because it's normal to you. It comes to you as natural as breathing. You know what I'm saying? When you grew up around this in this type of environment, when you grew up, your dad smoked, your brother smoked, your grandpa smoked, your mom smoked. You know, and every time you seen somebody who was with a cigarette, guess what? 9 times out of 10, you're going to grow up doing smoking. You know what I'm saying? And like, is it bad? If eventually, if it's affecting your health, if it's affecting your mental health, then get right, you know, because eventually it will. It will affect, like alcohol will affect your liver, you know, smoking affects your lungs. You know, yes, it's bad for you, man. And you have to find certain outcomes that are better for you, better, healthier choices. But at the
Yeah, I
same
know.
time, don't.
Everybody tells me the same shit. You got to stop smoking. You got to stop drinking. Fine. But why can't I? And then when I went, like I told you, dude, because I know you're you're a very Christian man. When I went to the AA, they're like, you have to believe in a higher power, something greater than yourself, a God figure. I'm like, I don't have anything in my life that I could treat like that. So am I doomed? And somebody was like, if you don't believe in God, no, fuck you, dude. Somebody said it there. If you don't believe in God, this program's not going to work for you. So then what have I got, bro?
Well, first of all, I'll tell you. Let me tell you this from the unique perspective of somebody who actually believes in God. That person's wrong. Anybody that turns you away based off just because if you don't believe in, is not a true Christian. Okay, does not practice true Christianity.
So then, what benefit do they get out of turning me away, though?
They don't. There's a lot of people that use God to assert themselves or to make themselves feel like they're at a higher sense of being, in which in reality they're worse. They're one of the worst of the worst. You know, like I tell people all the time, God wasn't in the churches. God was amongst the thieves and the prostitutes. You know, and the murderers. You know, that's where he was at. That's where he was hanging out at. And if you can't feel comfortable with these people beside you, then you have no place. You're in the wrong place. It's not gonna work out for you. You're gonna wake up one day, if you do believe in heaven or hell, and wonder why the bottom of your feet are getting hot.
Maybe. But then there's guys like me who don't believe in it, who have got, look, dude, I'm retired at 48. I've got 3 straight A students. I've got a wife with a great job. I have the cushiest life in the world, right? Like God should have blessed me with everything. I don't know. Maybe I rolled a 10 on my luck form when I was playing D&D. For real.
Or maybe,
you know what I'm saying?
Maybe you busted your ass, dude, to get where you're at.
I didn't, though.
Did you or did you not?
I didn't do my wife's college work.
I'll tell you this.
I didn't get her degree to get that great job that allows me to retire at 48. I didn't do any of that.
But that's not that. You don't have to have that. A degree is not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of people that don't have degrees that have successful companies. You know, a degree. I'll tell you what a degree is, and this is just my opinion on what a degree actually is.
A number on a thermometer.
It's just a way that companies can show that you are responsible enough so that they can hire you.
I feel that.
You know, it's basically say, oh, this guy got a 4-year degree. It means he's stuck with it for 4 years. He's dependable. He's reliable. Hire that guy. You know how many times I've seen people get positions, managers get positions for jobs that they have no qualifications in. Why? Because they got a degree. They have
But
a
it does
degree in
show that
arts.
you've committed to something over a
Exactly,
4-year plan, right?
exactly. But that's all it means. That's it. That's all. It's just that. It's that. That's all it is.
Yeah, but you tell me how many people can actually commit to a 4-year plan? Not many.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So if you commit to a college 4-year plan, you've actually got something under your belt, no?
Yeah, but again, like I said, it doesn't mean that you don't have qualifications at all. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that your knowledge. Okay, for instance, when I say your knowledge, dude, you have an astounding knowledge of. You can call it luck. You know what I'm saying? But I will say you have an ability to analyze statistics like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And it's been proven when I sit there and watch you with the horse racing.
Right, but that's because I was raised in that environment. I was raised in casinos. I was raised around horse racing. It doesn't mean that it grants me any special insight into the world. It was just that minute my dad was a gambling addict, so I adopted that.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is you have a unique set of skills. Those skills were you learned those skills. You didn't have to learn from your dad.
Well, we kind of do.
There's plenty of kids out there that don't pay attention to give a damn what their parents do.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? You have the ability, but you sought interest in that. Again, the same way that you sought interest in your dad drinking and everything. That's just something you picked up because you held your father in high regard, and you still do, and you emulate because it's someone that, like, when kids pretend they want to be Superman because they look up to Superman, you looked up to your dad. That is why you do the things that you do, because you emulate your father, which is one of your heroes. You know, and but you learn these skills, dude, and that's mad proud. You have to give yourself that credit, dude, because you have this, and you use those skills, whether it was at work, negotiating prices on something that you bought. You used that, and you said, hey, you're able to look at something and say, that's not a good deal. That's a good deal. That's not a good deal. You have skills that do that. A lot of people are suckers. You know, when I say suckers, they don't have the ability to go somewhere and not get fucking, you know, the end of the stick that's going to hurt.
Okay,
you know?
So on the other end, are my kids doomed to be gambling addicts and alcoholics like me because those are the traits that get me apparently through life? Because that's how it feels. Like, I mean, I'm not arguing with you, but I want to know what your thoughts are. You know?
No, because they have the way you raise your kids, dude. The way you raise your kids, I've seen it, and I know that you embrace your children's uniqueness and you allow them to be themselves. That is how I know that they're not going to inherit what you have. Now they will get some traits, you know what I'm saying? They'll be like, oh, my dad taught me this, but they're going to be their own individual person because that's how you're raising them.
That addictive gene is still strong, though, no?
No.
You don't think so?
Addiction,
I fell right into the exact same gene that I had to begin with.
I'll tell you this.
It scientifically worked out against my favor, but it worked.
I'll tell you this, dude. I grew up with that family that always smoked. You know what I'm saying? My dad smoked. My uncle smoked. My brother smoked. You know what I'm saying? Everybody smoked. I'm not a smoker, dude. I don't smoke.
Cigarettes?
I've never. Yeah, cigarettes. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never picked one. I've smoked a cigarette before in my life, but I've never had the urge to sit there and be like, I want to keep doing this. You know, it was nothing. I don't feel that attraction to cigarettes. You know, I don't feel that. But I'll tell you why. Because of my pride. I have a lot of pride. And it's a good thing. It's a good
I've
thing.
Seen your cologne collection.
Yeah. So, but I'll tell you why it helped me out, and maybe it can help you out. I prided myself when I saw my father and I saw my brothers and how they acted when they didn't have a cigarette. You know, I saw how two of the biggest people in my life, two of my heroes growing up, were so easily controlled by something so small. And that affected me, and it affected my pride, you know, because I can't allow myself, and I won't allow myself to be controlled by something so small.
By a
you know,
little
to
white stick like this?
to where it affects my mood, to where I'm mad, to where I can't have a good day, you know, till I get that little fix.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe that's something you have to tell yourself, dude. Maybe that you got to get a little more ego and be like, look, I don't fuck. The alcohol needs me. I don't need the fucking alcohol.
Well,
You know.
let's just say first and foremost, you know, my ego can't get any bigger.
Yeah, you know. But think
But I
about it
know what
later.
you're
You know what I'm
saying.
saying?
But
Think about what I said. You know what I'm saying? You don't need the alcohol. The alcohol needs you. Because if the alcohol didn't need you, it would sit on the shelf for the rest of its life.
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that, when I saw my brothers and and I even was like, they would become this entirely different person if they didn't have that cigarette. And I didn't have no respect. I couldn't respect you. I couldn't respect you as a person, you know, as a man, for allowing something so
Oh,
small,
whoa,
dude.
whoa, whoa,
Like,
whoa, 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 whoa. Do you not respect me because I'm a smoker?
no, I respect you because you're my partner. But at the same time, I
But
don't
because
see
I'm
that
a
side of you
smoker,
where it's like,
does that diminish your thought about how solid spicy could be?
no, because I don't know how you are when you don't smoke.
Oh, I'm as bad as a
You know what I'm
woman
saying?
without
Like,
a fucking tampon.
now, if that affected me personally, like if you came in here every fucking day and were just pissed off and we had horrible shows because you didn't have your cigarette, yeah, I'd lose respect for you. Because you're allowing it to affect the show, you're allowing it to affect you and what we got going on. You understand what I'm saying?
I feel you, Ben.
So it's the same way, you know what I'm saying? The same way with me in time management, you lose a little respect for me because I can't get my shit right. Uh, you know, but at the same time, we all have our things.
I mean, if I
But,
could give up cigarettes to be on time, I absolutely would.
you know,
I'm
I
busting
mean,
your
like I
balls.
said,
Come
it's
on,
just
come
one of those things.
on.
Again, like I said, but I can't. I speak from a position where I've never been addicted to something aside from like
Right.
video games. You know what I'm saying?
Or
You know,
not
I was
being on
addicted to
time?
video games for a while. I don't know if that's an addiction or if time just doesn't work with me.
Yeah. Have you ever thought that it's a way to control your environment so that you are where you are when you need to be because that's what you need to do? Oh, shit. He goes conveniently black. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding, but, you know, we've had our issues. I know Jacob's coming back. He's lagged out. He's driving. So he's going to go through dead spots. But as it is, we are coming to the end of our show. I'm going to tell you guys. You guys hear me bitch about Fatsy a lot. But that's my guy. You know, we all have our issues. Me with my drinking. Him sometimes with time management. Or whatever's on both of our ends. But isn't that okay? Like, isn't it okay to have those differences so that we can be the people if Fatsy agreed with me on everything I fucking did, how boring would that be? Hey man, we should do this. You got it. We should do this. You got it. We should do this. You got it. That's not cool. It's cool to have some opposition in your lives, guys, and to deal with it that way. So I'm waiting for him to come back so we can sign off. But I think today was a very good Fat and Spicy show. I think it's the first time that Fat and Spicy have kind of talked to each other honestly. And let's hope it continues. Fatsy, I love you, dude.
Hey, I love you too, man. I'm back.
I know you're back.
But yeah,
I gave you your flowers while you were gone.
I heard it's still here when I leave out. I can still hear it. Yes.
Oh, shit. No. Really? Fuck.
Yeah. So yeah, you're good, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, I love you, man. You know, I wouldn't want to do this show with anybody else but you. You know, but again, like I said, dude, I'm always here if you need me, man. You know, if that's something you want to do, hey, I'll be on your ass about it, man. I'll bust your balls every time I see you with a bottle. But like I said, you gotta let me know if that's something you want to do, man. If that's something you want to commit to, you ready? I'll go with it, man.
I ain't ready to lay off my bottle shit.
You.
I'll kick your one-armed ass.
Jesus Christ. Come on, look, there he goes. He needs a cigarette. He needs a cigarette, guys. Jesus.
We have the best cigarettes. We love our cigarettes, don't we?
The kids
All right,
do them. I do them.
So it's what,
But guys, we
6:30
appreciate
over
you
where
guys
you are?
being back, you know. Yeah, 6:38. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think we should
buddy.
wrap this up like you drive.
All right, man. Well, like I said, guys, this is a recap, guys. We look forward to seeing you guys and dealing with all of you guys later on. For those of you guys that tuned in, hey, man, we appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe. And we'll be back next Thursday with where I'm not driving. I'll be sitting down and we'll have an actual show.
Promise?
Yeah, man, I promise, dude.
Promise? I want your fucking word. I swear.
Like I'm going through a tunnel.
All right, man.
We'll be there, man. I got you, bro.
Hold on, real quick. I want to put up here that, guys, we got a QR code. We got all the kind of shit going on. Like, follow, subscribe. We've got new shows coming up. Three Wise Men is grabbing amazing traction right now. So go over to the PNS Studios at youtube.com. Check out all of our shows. You know where to find us.
Don't forget, guys, we also do small giveaways, guys. All you got to do, simple to be entered into the giveaway, dude. I'll give away skateboards, T-shirts, you name it, I got it. All you got to do to enter into a giveaway is just comment on a video. Comment on a video, comment on a clip.
No. I don't want them to comment on any video until I see you skateboarding, and then let them comment on you skateboarding videos.
No. Find your favorite video, guys. Find your favorite clip. Like, follow, subscribe, and comment, guys, and it'll automatically enter you in, to win something, guys. Don't be afraid. It takes a second. You can be a winner. You got to play to play. You got to win. You got to pay. You got to play to win.
You can't win if you don't play.
Exactly, dude. But as always, man, I appreciate it. I'll see you when I get home. I'll talk to you some more if you're up.
Yeah, I'll be around.
Let's play some Baldur's Gate.
Not tonight, but I'm around all night tomorrow night.
All right, bro.
As
always, guys, I'm Phat.
I'm Spicy.
It's the Phat and Spicy Show.
We'll see you next week. Are you really fucking driving with one hand out there?
No hands, bro. Check it out.